President Goodluck Jonathan again demonstrated his desire to encourage achievements and celebrate success with the resounding reception for the Chang team, talking about the home-based Eagles in Abuja this week. Of course, the home-based Eagles got 1 million naira each for their very outstanding performance, getting a bronze at the Championship for African Nations in South Africa. And of course, Coach Stephen Keshi going home with 1.5 million. It's a big boost for the big boss who believes in home-based players. It is Hot Sports, and it promises to be another exciting episode this Saturday.
After 19 years, I think it's a good thing to have, and I think I'm happy for Nigerians all over the world. Yeah, that's it. I don't really have much to say, just to thank God and thank Nigerians, that's all.
I saw you just after the game on the bench. It seemed that you couldn't realize it.
Yeah, because I don't know, it's so difficult to express my emotion because I don't know.
It showed that you were right in taking so many local players, in trusting in them.
I don't want to be right. I don't want anybody to think I'm right. It's just that if I see a quality player, I will take him. I don't care if he plays in Nigeria, plays abroad. If you're good, you're good, But the problem with we Nigerians is that once you cross Nigeria airport and you say you're professional, they don't look back at the home-based players anymore, which is not, for me, I disagree on that because there are a lot of quality home-based players, and that is where I came out from. That is where JJ came out from. That is where Yobo, Kanu Wankwo, and Amokachi, we all came out from there. So in a country of 170 million people, we can't have home-based players in the national team. It's a crime. We should stop playing.
Well, it is the main issue on Hot Sports, and last Wednesday, Chief Coach Stephen Keshi released a list of 23 players in the friendly against Mexico coming up in Atlanta, United States of America on the 5th of March. Of course, Hot Sports, as official media non-match partner of Nigerian Football Federation, will be bringing you exclusive backroom visuals from the Super Eagles camp as they get ready to meet Mexico, and of course after the match, those exciting moments that you don't want to miss. Of course, that list of 23 with Joseph Yobo takes us into the main issue on Hot Sports today. At 33 with 95 caps under his belt is Joseph Yobo's invitation for the Match 5 friendly against Mexico in Atlanta, merely to help the Super Eagles captain progress towards achieving the centenary. That is the main issue on Hot Sports.
Yobo became David Moyes' first signing when he joined Everton on loan from Marseille in July 2002. 10 months later, the move became permanent, and now, having played over 150 games, he's become one of the Toffee's most consistent players. Luckily, past experiences have helped him to settle into life on Merseyside.
Yeah, I think it made it a bit easier because I didn't come from Nigeria straight to England. I played in Belgium, played in France before moving down here. So I think the Premiership is a different type of game though, but it's something that I always look forward to. I wanted to come here desperately, so it wasn't that hard. It was a little bit different, but it wasn't that hard for me, so I'm just happy.
There are differing views on what makes playing in the Premier League so special, but for Yobo, it's all about the supporters.
I think it's about the fans, the excitement, the way they look forward to the games, the passion about the game, it's very different from like when I played in Belgium, when I played in France, and you can see like, regardless of who you're playing, the stadium is always like packed, so it's exciting. I think the fans, the way I see the fans in England, they're more passionate about it, football.
And those fans have a high regard for Yobo. Although an assertive defender, he's also capable of knocking in the odd goal, like the one against Villa towards the end of last season.
I always chip in like one or two every season, and most people say I haven't scored and everything, and it was good for me. It was good to score because of the importance of the game as well.
The significance of local derbies is often lost on many overseas players, but Yobo understands the rivalry on Merseyside only too well.
Yeah, it's always great to play in the Merseyside derby because I think for Evertonians it's one of probably the biggest game of the season, and though a few times we've been knocked off by Liverpool, but I've always enjoyed every time that we beat Liverpool. It's always an amazing game. Like a game that I think all Evertonians want to play in. It's the biggest game for us in this season. I love playing for my country as much as I love playing for my club, and I've been there for a few years now, and I still have that passion, that desire, the love to play for my country. I feel proud and honored playing for my country, so I've always enjoyed every time I play for my country. From where I came from, and me being here today, glory be to God, thanks to God, I just thought I needed to give something back. And on my own, I just gave a little stuff back to the people that I know they're less privileged, so it's not very big, but on my own I just think I deserve to give something back, and I'm just happy the way it is right now. But the foundation is something that can go bigger than what it is right now, but I just want to keep it at a low level.
2 years ago, Yobo signed a long-term contract that will keep him at Everton until 2010. But what of the future beyond that?
You never know what football is going to bring. You never say never, Getting to the end of the season, I don't even know what is going to happen. But the most important thing is me enjoying my football and being happy. And so I said, I have a contract. You said earlier, I have a contract in 2010. I'm happy here, but football, you never know what's going to happen.
Joseph, just had your first training session with your new teammates. How did it go?
Yeah, it was okay. I'm delighted to get to saw the full team today. Trained yesterday, though, but today was the full squad, so I'm happy.
Have they made you feel welcome here at Colney?
Yeah, I think I know a few of the players already, so it wasn't really entirely new to me, but I felt welcome.
Which lads do you know well?
I think I played with Johnny before at Everton. Yeah, and I think I met Carlo Nash yesterday. I knew some of the players from the Premier League, so. And then Johan Elmander from Galatasaray, because I played with Fenerbahce, so. Okay.
How excited are you to be back in the Premier League, first of all?
Yeah, I'm excited. I left just to get European experience, Champions League and Europa Cup, and I've had that for 3 seasons. So I'm excited that I had this opportunity to come back. It's probably the best league in the world, so it's a new challenge, and I'm looking forward to it.
You said you had a number of offers. Why did you choose Norwich City?
Yeah, I think the manager was also able to convince me. I wanted to come back to the Premier League. There were loads of clubs from abroad, but I'm happy I came back to the Premier League because I stayed there for a couple of years. I know the league and I know some of the players, so I think it was a great choice.
You've had a bit of a mini pre-season over in Turkey. Do you feel raring to go and ready when you're called upon?
Yeah, I feel ready. I think we had just about a week break, Christmas break, and we went for pre-season for 2 weeks, and now the league is back on, so it was good. I think I'm almost ready. I feel ready to go.
And of course, in the summer we've got the World Cup, and you're hoping to get back into the Nigeria frame for that, I believe.
Yeah, you never rule out the national team, so you never know what is going to happen. It's not my priority, but I'm hoping to get back in, so spoken to the coach, and hopefully everything will be sorted from now.
And to tackle the main issue on Hotsports today with Biola Kasim and Chuka Izwegbuna.
Hotsports cranks up the heat this Saturday with fresh sports news and incisive analysis, backed by exciting visuals. Hotsports, your unique source of sport information, education and entertainment, inimitably delivered via hot, scorching argument where no one blinks. Don't miss it.
Well, I think that the recent invitation of Captain Joseph Yobo back to the fold of the Super Eagles is based on merit. I think that the Super Eagles need his experience, the Super Eagles need his presence, his know-how, obviously, and also his exposure is massively exposed on every stage, international football, club football. Any way you look at it, Joseph Yobo is a huge asset to the Super Eagles. I do know that a lot of people think that this is just a call that the coach has made on a sentimental basis to help him attain that goal of being the first Nigerian player to accumulate 100 caps. I do not think so. I think that him getting 100 caps will be a consequence of his experience and abilities with the Super Eagles are yearning for and the Super Eagles need as we approach the World Cup. So I think that Keshi has done the right thing. He has swallowed his pride. He has, mended fences with the captain of the Super Eagles. So we all can look forward to the World Cup with the captain back in place, playing good football, and also the coach knowing that he's got somebody on the pitch who has got all of the experience in the world to guide the troops, on the pitch. Like I said, as a consequence of that, he probably will get 100 caps, but he will get it because he deserves it, not because it was handed over to him on a sentimental basis.
Without a doubt, we know that Joseph Yobo is a very experienced player. He's played very well for the Super Eagles. He's given his all each time he's been invited to the national team, and that he carries a lot of experience. But his recent invitation to the Super Eagles, without not saying that is bad or good, but we all know that it's based on sentimental reasons of helping him to achieve that 100 caps that he so much cherishes, and Nigerians want him to reach. The truth is that Joseph Yobo is not at the peak of his powers anymore. Playing in Turkey, he has not really shown. He's not been getting games. He's not really shown the Joseph Yobo of old. And for me, calling him is merely to help him. We have younger defenders who are more mobile, who are faster, who should be given a chance to grow into the Super Eagles team, just as Joseph Yobo was given a chance in his time. We know that going to the World Cup, he might not get games at the World Cup because of the quality of opposition we are playing against, and he only will get games if we are wrapping up the games. And so for me, inviting him, I'm not indicting Coach Stephen Keshi, but at the same time we all know that it's sentimental reasons.
Well, like I said, it's difficult to make Yobo's case look like a charity case. This is somebody who plays top 5 football in England, for God's sake. This is somebody who played in Europe up until last season. This is somebody who is vastly experienced, hugely experienced at every level of football. I mean, he's played in the Champions League, he's played at the World Cup, he played at numerous Nations Cup, he's won the Nations Cup. It's difficult to make his case, a charity case. It's difficult to make his invitation appear as though Stephen Keshi has just done him a huge favor. If anything, I think that Keshi has finally seen the light, which a lot of people, have seen, that the defense of the Super Eagles cannot go to the World Cup with players who are struggling for experience. We can't go to the World Cup with a backline of Kwame, Juwon Shaniwa, or Uwa Echejile. I mean, these are players who
without a doubt, nobody is questioning Joseph Yobo's experience. Nobody is saying that Joseph Yobo has not served this country.
You also cannot question his ability. You can't, in the light of the players who have playing for us at the back in the Super Eagles, you can't question his ability.
At the moment,
Yobo is probably Nigeria's most consistent defender in Europe.
But Biola,
in terms of game time,
at the moment,
yes,
we all know that Joseph Yobo is not at the peak of his powers.
Chuka, what is peak of the powers? How do we? That's a generic statement.
Okay, for comparing him to players who play the position where he would occupy.
Okay, tell us exactly who these players are. For instance, Kenneth Omero,
yes,
is at Middlesbrough. He's been loaned from Chelsea. He never got near training with the first team, talk less of playing.
But do you think?
If you know he's on the bench at Middlesbrough,
do you think? Wait.
Before we go forward, for the purpose of the viewers and the
he never played for Chelsea before he made it to the national team.
In the Middlesbrough, but he was playing in Holland. He was playing games.
Yes.
But now he has not been. He's not even playing in Middlesbrough.
Yes, because Chelsea wanted to keep him and they didn't keep him.
Chuka.
And he's been out of action for a
Fantastic.
while. So at Middlesbrough,
he has gone to Middlesbrough.
But Joseph
Yobo,
games
in,
Joseph Yobo at Turkey wasn't getting games
but
either.
He's come to Holland.
He's come to Norwich. He's come to Norwich and he's played on 2 games because the man there was injured.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name, but he was injured. His first game, he wasn't listed because that man was injured. They now brought him in.
Last minute. Don't make a mistake. He was brought in for
but
Chuka, wait.
A man
let's situate things properly.
And if you look at the game,
any player bought by a club battling for relegation.
It wasn't bought
in January.
It wasn't bought. It was loaned.
Chuka, that's
the end of the season.
He was brought from Turkey to England by Norwich. That's semantics. The point is that he was not a Norwich player. They are in serious relegation waters. They have brought Yobo for immediate impact. There's no future. They want him to come and he has made an impact already.
Biola, it's just like the it's just like the AC Milan situation. Yes, they are in a situation. They need players, but they can't afford to get players.
Chuka,
so getting Yobo was a cheap option.
Just so that we understand, AC Milan and Norwich are in 2 different.
Yes,
they are on 2 different
but
places.
they have this.
Number one, there's nothing peculiar. There's nothing similar.
It's not similar.
AC Milan are not having a stellar season, but they are not staring relegation in the face.
Yes, but Norwich, you cannot compare.
You know what the CEO of Norwich?
You cannot compare the quality. You cannot compare the status of AC Milan with Norwich City. AC Milan will not be battling relegation, but AC Milan cannot get the kind of players they can get. That's why they are getting cheap players. Just like Norwich City now cannot get the players they want, so they go for the cheap ones.
But the truth of the matter is that they have brought Yobo in because they are still relegation and they want somebody who can help them.
Okay, let's look at Yobo's performances in those games.
Yeah.
What has really
they haven't lost any one of them.
They lost their last game. They lost to West Ham 2-0.
Oh, let's take that again.
Okay.
Let's take that again.
Let's look at Yobo's performances.
Yeah.
he's played 2 games.
Yeah.
Won a goalless draw against Man City. The second one, they lost 2-0 against West Ham.
So,
without saying it was his fault. Without saying it was his fault. But the truth is that it's not like his performances are out of this world.
Chuka, tell me that defender in the Super Eagles whose performances are better than Yobo. Simple. That's my task to you.
But the truth is that Yobo right now is not better than Obuabu now. And going by the last performances
that
we saw, going at the Nations Cup, we saw them.
Chuka, that was over a year ago.
But over a year ago, Joseph Yobo has not played. How many?
He hasn't played in Turkey.
He hasn't been getting games in Turkey.
Chuka,
That's why they found it easy to loan him out to Norwich City.
Chuka, let us understand certain things. After Omero and Obabona, who were our first choice, in South Africa, and in a lot of other games, since then, Azubike Egwekwe is the next guy in line. Azubike Egwekwe, obviously, in all of the games he's played, shows that there's a lot of potential.
Yeah,
there's a lot of potential, but clearly at the World Cup stage, he's not yet ready.
He's not ready.
Ordinarily, the young man who was a revelation, at Chan. Also,
experience.
You don't want to throw him into.
I agree with you.
So the case for Yobo's presence and recall makes itself. I don't have to be eloquent, but I don't have to be articulate. The case makes itself.
It's not about being eloquent or articulate. The truth is, Yobo's performance, as we have seen in the last 2 games, he's rusty.
Chuka.
Because he's not getting games, and even before he dipped to this level, the point is Yobo's performance. We saw him at the Nations Cup. We saw the way he played. I'm not saying. By the way, let's not detract from the issue, because the truth is that I'm not indicting Yobo's performances, because
you are suggesting that Yobo doesn't deserve a recall to.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it.
Make up your mind.
What I'm saying is that he has been invited based on a sentimental reason.
Chuka, like I told you, he would most likely win 100 caps. He didn't stumble on 95 caps now.
We know
he didn't stumble on 95. He played his way into getting 95 caps. If somebody has gotten 95 caps,
yes,
how come getting 5 caps is now subjected to a case of sentiment and all whatnot? If anything, Yobo should have gotten his 100 caps a long time ago.
We needed Yobo at the Nations Cup.
The reason why Yobo, Chuka, I was in South Africa for God's sake. Yobo was injured for like our first 3 games. By the time he came back from injury, Obabona and Omero are settled into a nice rhythm.
But he played our first game.
He got injured after. He didn't play the next one because of injury.
And that game, it wasn't a stellar performance by him.
By the whole team. The whole team had a poor game. Our first 2 games, everybody, even Keshi had everybody, you can't. Everybody had poor games in the first 2 games. Everybody understands that. Things turned around for us in that game in Rustenburg against Ethiopia. And when we beat Cote d'Ivoire, that was the turning point. So my point is, after the first game, he was injured. Omero stepped in. Omero played very, very well. By the time he came back from injury, Keshi has experience. He has tournament experience as a player and as a coach. And he said, look, once you find a solid center pair backing, pairing at the back in a tournament and they are playing well, don't alter it. Don't change it. And that was what happened. Unfortunately, Yobo did not take it well. And that led to some beef between him and his coach, and that wasn't resolved maturely. But once you take out that on ability, on experience, on competence, Yobo should be in the Super Eagles. Yobo should be in the Super Eagles.
Okay, but the same thing applies when you say that Keshi has already he claims that he's forgiving Odenwenge. Odenwenge is playing well.
Yeah.
Based on this argument, he should be invited to the team.
Well, that's for the coach to do.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you invite Odenwenge, would you also say that it's because he's pursuing 70 caps?
He doesn't have it, so we can't say that.
No.
What you're saying,
this idea that Yobo wants 100 caps are almost necessary.
What you're saying now,
it's already in the record books.
What you're
saying
is
the most capped footballer ever for Nigeria.
Without a doubt.
If he likes, let him accumulate 1,000 caps.
What you're saying now,
if he accumulates 1,000 caps, somebody will break the record. So this is a record.
We know.
So you are the one assuming that somewhere in Yobo's mind,
when you say it's the coach's choice,
fantasizing about 100
when you say
caps.
it's the coach's choice,
of course, it is
if the coach is looking for the best hands to handle it, that means players like Chukwuche or Sadio Odenwenge should be given a chance to, because they are playing well in their club. They are banging in goals. But when you say it's the coach's choice, it's no longer about how well they are playing. It's down to sentiment.
The reason why Osaze and Ike Chukwuche are not in the Super Eagles right now, you and I know, it's not because of their footballing ability. Obvious, the coach said it. Ike Uche did not take to being benched at the Nations Cup very well, and it was bad for team spirit. As a coach, you must know that the collective is always stronger than the individual, and he dropped him. Osaze Odewenge's issues predated Keshi. Osaze's issues predated Keshi.
For Ikechukwu, it was because he had a poor performance at the Nations
Cup, and as a consequence, he was dropped. And he did not react well.
He had a poor performance. Don't forget, he played at the finals of the Nations Cup
because Emenike was injured. We had no choice,
and he still didn't play well. He still didn't play well, and after that, he dropped him. The Osaze Odewenge's case is well documented. Yes, he has issues with the coach.
Sorry, let's quickly explain the Ikechukwu, which is, whatever. At the Nations Cup, he played the first game and he got dropped. He played in the final not because he was good. He played because Emenike was injured and we had no choice. We had to play him.
Okay.
So in between, he was on the bench.
There was friction.
And the coach said that he doesn't.
Same thing. You said that Yobo had the friction because he didn't take it well. Of course. So all the three players fall inside the same boat. So if you say you're forgiving all three and you call one back, that means it's based on sentiment.
No, Chuka. Also, you must look at if Osaze comes back, most likely he will be shunted white.
Because Odewinge and Ikechukwu have been playing regularly. They've been performing excellently. They have better performances than Yobo. So if you say it's down to the coach,
Chuka, also when you
Yobo
say
has not been playing.
Uche. I mean, I say sorry. I say Uche. Chuka. Truth of the matter as well is that their invitation also is relative to the positions that they play. At the back, we lack experience in many areas. The coach, you imagine that with the Yobo there, you have a bit more experience. Going forward, Chuka, let me land. We have Ahmed Musa, who is playing well on the right. We have Victor Moses, who is playing well on the left. We have Emenike going forward. What am I saying? Yes, we'll be further reinforced with Osaze and Uche. But you cannot see an apparent
when you look at the list of players he invited for this Mexico game,
yes,
he invited
Ramon Aziz and co.
Yes, he invited players that have not been capped.
Yes.
Into this team.
Yes.
And so you are saying that it's because of a reinforcement.
Also,
why don't you invite our good legs? You are playing well.
I'm not saying I know everything.
Yeah, we are not saying that.
I'm assuming
certainly
that he invited Yobo because it's the run up to the World Cup. Now, the case as well for the players that he has invited, I'm imagining that maybe that's what the coach is trying to do. This is the first friend you will have, in our journey or on our journey to the World Cup. I think that his idea is to get in some of these young players to come in, quickly stake their claim. The ones who stake their claim, will go further in his plans. He knows already what Ikechukwu, Uche, and Osaze Odewenge can do. And I imagine that maybe he's waiting later in the future, much closer to the World Cup, to test them. But for the young boys,
like he knows what Joseph Yobo can do.
Yeah.
He's watched Joseph Yobo. He's played Joseph Yobo.
And can I ask you a simple question?
Yeah.
Sorry. Look all across Europe, and I give you 5 hours to do this. Scan all across Europe. Can you mention 3 emerging centre backs for Nigeria? 2 emerging centre backs.
Right now,
there's a dearth of players in this position, and so if there is a lack of players, that automatically helps your box case. That's the point I'm making. Osaze and Ike Uche also should be in the Super Eagles. But
do we have a dearth of goalkeepers too?
Of course we do.
But that he invited just 2 goalkeepers to go into this friendly.
Chuka, we have a dearth of goalkeepers. That's apparent. Agbim was a colossal failure at AFCON.
But even Agbim is not regarded as the best goalkeeper, even in our local league.
Well, the coach chose the player he wants.
Yes, he chose the player he wanted. That's what I'm saying. Based on all this, that means the goalkeeper, the coach is using sentiment to pick players. Because if you don't pick your best player in the league,
are you accusing Keshi of not knowing what he's doing?
I'm not accusing him. He's very successful.
So what are you saying?
Yes, this might even work out for him.
Chuka,
are
you saying Keshi is accidentally successful?
No, he's not accidentally
successful. So if he's not accidentally successful, that means he's logically successful.
Yes.
That means that his wins as methods.
Yes, he has
is that method working or not?
It's working at the moment.
The method?
I'm not questioning the method. Like I said from the beginning, I said I'm not indicting Yobo. Yobo has been an excellent.
He's our best defender right now.
He is not our best defender right now.
Hot Sports cranks up the heat this Saturday with fresh sports news and incisive analysis, backed by exciting visuals. Hot Sports, your unique source of sport information, education and entertainment, inimitably delivered via hot, scorching argument where no one blinks. Don't miss it.
Well, it is the final whistle on Hot Sports. We have seen the 23-man list, of course. All eyes now on Joseph Yobo as he returns to the team barely 1 year after Nigeria won the Nations Cup in 2013. What do you think about Yobo returning to the team? Will it bring a positive impact to the team, or is Coach Stephen Keshi just giving him that opportunity to progress towards achieving 100 caps for Nigeria after hitting 95 already? well, you can get back to us through SMS and through our social network platform. And we'll be very glad to air your views on the program. That's how far we can go on Hotsports this Saturday. We'll be back again next Saturday.